I've been thinking a lot over the past few months, right? Actually, at the start of the year is when I first had the thought. But as time goes on, I become more and more certain that this is the direction I'm going to go. As an independent filmmaker, we have documentaries, we have feature films, we have series, and probably some other things that I'm forgetting to mention. But for me, I realized that I want to focus on series. And here's the reason why. Just think about it from a creative standpoint. Think about some of your most loved series or your most loved movies. Series have these arcs. Movies have arcs too, but series have these arcs that develop over time. You watch it for a year, you watch it for 2 years, you watch it 3 years. A series has multiple episodes and it just grows with you. But more importantly, you grow with the characters. And there's twists and turns depending on the type of shows that you like to watch. You become so invested because this is like a portion of your day. This becomes a portion of your life. You become invested in these characters because it's building over such a long period of time. Whereas a movie's great. You sit down for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours tops if you into Martin Scorsese films. But you sit down, you watch these movies, you get into them, you enjoy them, and that's that. It's a great movie. It's a great moment in time. With series, as a creative writer or just a creative in general, you have so many different backstories that can be told. You have so many twists and turns and directions you can go just to elaborate and build more on the characters. Also, in a series, there tends to be more characters for the viewer to lock onto and to associate and become bonded with. There are just so many different things that an audience can connect with in a series that a creative would just love. Now, if you think about it on the financial side, a series, let's say you do a series 30 minutes each, and you do 4 episodes, that's 2 hours. You do a film, that's about 90 minutes. That's about the equivalent of 3 episodes. But if you keep in mind that you're turning this into a series, you could probably squeeze it into 4 episodes, right? Now, here's the thing. Think about just the way that we view things. You ever been watching a series and you get about 2, 3 episodes in, and then a friend comes over or a family member and they're like, "What are you watching?" And you're like, "Oh, this new series." They've never seen it. But you decided you'll go back to the first episode just so you can watch it with that person. Even though you've already watched 3 episodes in, you're like, "Okay, nah, sit down, you gotta watch this," and you'll start over. We have a habit of doing that with series. We could be 2, 3, 4 episodes in, but because we want someone to also enjoy it with us, we'll take it back to the first episode. Sometimes people do that with a movie, but not as often. You may get about 15 minutes into a movie and say, "All right, I'll start it over." But if you get 30 minutes in, it's not a lot of times that you're gonna start the movie all over. That's just my opinion. That's not actual facts, but you could probably Google it and somebody already did the analytics on it. Here's another thing with series. Think about your favorite series, right? And ask yourself, how many of the series that you have watched did you watch because of the actor? There may be a few. Don't get me wrong. There are a few TV shows where we watch because we see one of our favorite actors. But if you think about a lot of the other shows, or even those shows in particular, there's an actor or actress or multiple that you did not know before you watched the series, but you learned about them from watching the series and you became a fan, meaning it didn't really rely heavily upon star power. Just think about some of the movies you see, right? In the theaters. When you go to the theaters, you're looking for your favorite actors. Oh, hey, I'm a fan of Will Smith. Oh, I'm a fan of Al Pacino. Oh, I'm a fan of Julia Roberts. And you're looking for the movies that they're in, or you see them in a movie and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to check that out." When you come to series, it's not the same. Sometimes you'll be like, "Oh, so-and-so has a new series. Let me check that out." But usually with a series, we get drawn into the storyline. And then we see, "Oh, this person is in there. Oh, this person is in there." A lot of series are not as reliant upon star power as movies are. If you think about a lot of the stuff that has come out on MTV, especially the reality shows, these were people we didn't know from a hole in the wall. Jersey Shore, 16 and Pregnant, they have a bunch of shows. I just don't think with series you need as much star power to push as you need with movies. But Being fair, I do have to add this part. Now, in the new climate of independent filmmaking, streaming platforms like Tubi, Peacock, Hulu, Freevee, star power isn't that important as it is in the theaters. So, as a filmmaker, I'm moving away from feature films and more towards series. And if you're smart, I think you would do the same thing too. Trust me, you'll look back on this video and say, damn, Mazi was on to something. That's it for me. Thanks for tuning into my video. Stay creative, think outside the box, and I'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget, pick up a copy of my Filmmaker's Journal. And if you're a content creator, a brand new YouTuber, grab my YouTube Planner and Accountability Journal. I promise you it will help you on your journey. I'm out.
Your Filmmaker's Journal is where great ideas begin. Sketch scenes, jot down dialogue, and refine your vision. Start writing today and bring your movie to life.
Jersey Shore, 16 and pregnant, reality. Jersey Shore, 16 and pregnant. God damn it. Jersey Shore, 16 and pregnant, Real World, Making the Band. There's so many different shows. And don't forget to hit the link in the bio. Also, both books are on Amazon right now.